Evening, everybody. So I have been going through quite a bit of database, and initially, my choice for my thesis project is well, let me start off where I got my inspiration from. The inspiration came from when we went to the Education Consortium this past summer, and when Standing Rock announced that they were going to have, or they have created their own education standards, and that's what they were going to start implementing. Um, I started thinking, you know what, that would be a great idea to, find out how many other tribes have actually done this, and how many are in the process of doing this, and how many are, if they've even considered it or not. So, since it's such a new, you know, new law or new standards, I have not been able to find any other information uh, regarding these education standards. I would still like to write my thesis about it, but I have not been able to write anything. So instead, I did go to Eric, and I've been, typing in education standards, Native American education standards, anything I can find regarding cultural aspect with Native American students. And what I came up with was I found an article. It's called Honoring Indigenous Worldview, Cultural Unresponsiveness in Gifted Education. And this is a dissertation that was written by, her name is Vicky Boley, and she wrote it in June 2024. And she she's located at the University of Denver. So going through this, and the main objective is, identifying, and we are those that work with Native students already. We know that well, there's an underrepresentation of Native American students when it comes to gifted and talented. We do it in our tribal schools, but when it comes to other types of, school systems off the reservation, generally Native American students are overlooked. Uh, so she has a very well written article. She has a table of contents that talks about, the introduction, some of the terms that she uses, her problem, her, the significance of the problem. She has a review of literature, methodology, her findings and interpretations. She has quite a bit in her. She also even has some students that she uses as topics, as those that she's interviewed, and what type of, gifted and talented that they have, you know all of this. It's a very well read article, and I hope to be able to write something this well one day. And she touches on everything from theory of multiple intelligences, to, she talks about definitions of giftedness in practice. And so it's a very well written dissertation, and I feel like, yes, we are definitely underrepresented, and especially when it comes to marginalized communities, I think a lot of marginalized communities are. So this is what I've come up with. I would still like to write about Native American education standards if I'm able to find any other information. So that's where I'm at with this. And let's see, I lost my train of thought here. Anyway, so she has everything from the problem, she identifies the problem, she identifies, research questions, she has those who participated, what kind of data was used, and I would say it would be quantitative data by looking at some of the contents in the different types of, expression analysis approaches, conceptualization. She's very, very detailed in her research with every test subject that she uses. So this was my choice. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. So you guys are more than welcome to read this. I will put the link in the forum and go from there. If you guys do happen to come across any other articles where that come to education standards, please feel free to email those to me so I can take a look at those as well. Because I'm still looking for data. I'm still looking, I've reached out to several larger tribes and I have not gotten a response back. So I'm going to do that again over Christmas break when I'm not bogged down with lesson plans, that I'm able to, reach out to these tribes to see if there's any process of implementing any type of, education standards in the future. So with that, you guys have a great rest of your night and happy reading.